Now, Ghana has been cited by the U.S. State Department for multi-human rights violations. That report by the department captures violations that took place in the year 2022, and the security agencies have been identified as carrying out some of these abuses. My colleague Benis Abobedo joins me in the studio with more. Benis, let's start with the arbitrary deprivation of life and other unlawful or politically motivated killings. What does it say?
And so what the report does is to give different incidents to buttress the points that are made in there. And on this score, in February 2022, police chased a man who was suspected of traffic offense into a traditional chief's palace in Yendi. And what happened thereafter was they opened fire, they killed one person and injured 8 persons. In the immediate aftermath, police announced the suspension with reduced pay of the 6 officers involved. But as of November last year, we don't know what the results of the internal investigation is. The other one is one that we carried here on our channel, which was on April 24, 2022. Police in Nkranza in the Bono East region arrested one gentleman known as Albert Donko. And the police said or alleged that he was involved in a series of armed robberies. Now, he died while in police custody, and in a departure from typical practice, the police did not announce an operation or arrest had taken place until more than 3 weeks later.
After they had taken the
Exactly. So protests erupted on May 18, and that was in response to the news of Albert Donko's death. The youth blocked roads, there was a demonstration, and there again, police fired live ammunition into the crowd. This is after the protesters also attacked the police station. They killed a protester in the process. And as of November again, the police didn't tell us what its conclusion into the investigations of both deaths are.
How about freedom of expression? I'm talking about the one including members of the press and other media houses.
So you know the one with Oliver Barker-Vormawor, right?
Definitely.
Quite critical citizen on Facebook. He makes a couple of posts criticizing government and the system generally. Now, we know that he was picked up for what the police says is misdemeanor of making false statements. They upgraded the charges later to felony treason, and they held him in prison for 35 days before a judge released him on bail. On violence and harassment, there were isolated attacks and harassment on journalists, including arrests by some members of security forces. Authorities later dropped many of the cases. Remember, in February 2022 in Takrady, 5 or more police officers in plain clothes attacked a producer with privately owned broadcaster Connect FM after he photographed the officers while they sat in a restaurant with their guns displayed and the people they had arrested in handcuffs. In that same month, police arrested the executive director of ASEPA, remember? And a prominent morning show host for accusing the First Lady of misappropriating public funds. They were charged with the publication of false news. That case remains pending as we speak. And in isolated incidents, apparently condoned by authorities, some supporters of ruling political party harassed and attacked journalists.
Now, let's look at censorship and content restrictions for members of the press and, other media, online media, and all of that.
Okay, so here again, they give examples, but they also talk about what the law permits. So the law allows for criminal penalties for those who post false or misleading information online. And the penalties are up to 5 years in prisons and substantial fines. Now, in August, remember that one with Europa FM where the Kumasi Traditional Council banned the station from carrying out broadcasts because the council felt that there were some pronouncements on the station that were disrespectful towards Nananom. The station had hosted a politician and a businessman who accused the traditional authorities of condoning destructive illegal mining in the region by their inaction. Remember, after some apologies and some interventions, the company was allowed to start broadcasting again.
Now, and what do they say about national security?
On the national security issue, they say that security forces sometimes harassed and arrested journalists for alleged violation of national security laws. Aisha.
Of course, we have a lot of examples to
You're
address that.
definitely
Thank you
right.
very much, Benis, for bringing us updates.